Hello and welcome to another update video about HBAR. HBAR overall actually moves in quite similar ways to ADA. Not sure if you noticed it, but on the ADA chart, we're also watching if an E-wave triangle, the last wave in a triangle, basically this E-wave can unfold with then one more low to come, and it should get eventually below the January low. So the price should eventually go below around about 3.6 cents. All of that obviously provided that the price does not break above this C-wave high, which was made on the 15th of August at around 7.6 cents. As long as the price stays below 7.6 cents, it can basically form here this E-wave, which should form overall a lower high in this Elliott Wave triangle A, B, C, D, E, with then one more projection here to the downside, okay, and one more low. Now, at the moment within this E-wave, obviously the E-wave is like the last wave in a triangle that you're normally watching. Within this E-wave, we are currently paying attention to a potential ABC structure. This move up looks a bit like a three-wave move, so it could be the A wave. This move down, possibly a B wave. And as long as the 12th of September low, 11th of September low at 4.5 cents isn't broken to the downside, I would expect it to go up higher short term. But obviously this is not like, okay, we've got a great setup or anything. This is purely like watching for the last wave in a triangle. And you need to understand the context. We're moving here in an overall sideways range. We're quite low in support, right? Anybody who's doing some gridding here, you can simply, let's say, divide this range in half. And you could sort of start to accumulate down here and start to sell up here in the upper half of the range, basically doing a bit of grid bot work. And however, you just need to know that below the 4.3 cent level, it is getting less likely, because that's the 88.7 Fib level, yeah? It's getting less likely that it will still do the E-wave. And if we see a break below what I have labeled here as the yellow B wave, which is the 4 cent level, yeah? Which is the 10th of June low, I mean, that would lead to a more direct sell-off actually. And the triangle might not even have a chance to complete properly. Yeah, in this more direct sell-off, we would only have 3 waves here. I would need to look at how this would unfold then, probably an ending diagonal, something like that in a more direct sell-off, yeah. But eventually it would be preferred to see an E-wave, at least if we're tracking a triangle. But look, overall, the pressure is to the downside because since January, this chart has just moved sideways. It's just been moving sideways. There isn't really the larger degree uptrend that would support a decent long trade here. It's of course possible, and as long as that last swing low stays intact, I'm looking for higher. But again, that's the task of an analyst. I always have to highlight to you when a setup is not high quality. And because we didn't have an impulse to the upside, we just had a correction to the upside here in this move, which I count as the C wave of the triangle. And because we had a correction to the downside, I'm watching for another correction to the upside to get this triangle completed. So it's not like we had an impulse here. This is a corrective pullback, and so it's just rather sideways. But we're in the lower, you could say half of a range. So we can watch for higher until support breaks basically. But it's just not like, okay, look, we expect a major uptrend to start. I would change my view potentially if the price breaks above that 14th of August high, as I said, or 15th of August high at 7.6 cents. But it would need to prove that first, okay? And then if we look at the subdivisions of the E-wave, I mean, this could now be a small B-wave pullback with one more high in the C-wave. We will need to see if that is enough to complete the E-wave, or if we see a smaller ABC structure, which will form part of a more complex combination pattern, which we call a WXY structure. Also likely choppy. Yeah, the C wave was like that. You see it here. We had an ABC, which formed the W, then an X wave down, and another ABC in wave Y. So it's a complex structure where the wave W is an ABC structure, the X wave and the Y wave as well. So we need to keep an open mind there about the microstructures, which is always important when we're moving within a correction. Yeah, that's my update about HBAR. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.